Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. And today I've got two replays to show you in the Tier 9 German tech tree heavy tank, the E75. The first replay we have here on Great Wall, we are tuned up with our buddy Panda in his Jag Tiger, and we have no artillery to deal with, and it is Tier 9 matchmaking, I believe. So, if you want to see the crew and equipment setup I'm running in the E75, you will see that at the bottom of the screen as I speak. But initially from Great Wall, you know, with the fact that we don't have any artillery to deal with, which is nice, we're going to go down to the one line and hope that we can get into a brawl and, you know, use this nice 490 alpha this gun has, and some fairly decent armour, you know, to get into a battle. I mean, it has quite a lot of flexibility now, the E75, because quite a while back, obviously, you know, they buffed the mobility of the tank, and now you've got sort of a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour. It does allow you to get around the map quite nice for a heavy tank with the sort of, you know, armour, etc. it has. You know, you can size crate quite well in this tank, and you do also have 8 degrees of gun depression as well, which can be, you know, quite useful in situations. So we, you know, can push up into this like stage early on, and we should be able to get a nice shot into the lower plate of that Conqueror, which we do, blocking around as well, and we're off to a good start in the game. Obviously I've got to be careful when I poke around this corner that there's not tanks sort of at the sort of back of the 1-2 line which can snipe us, we put for shots, but we're also getting shot from the right hand side when something was over peaking there, which is, you know, not ideal, which, and we kind of lost a lot of hit points for that. Not a lot we can really do. We do pen the turret ring of the Conqueror though quite comfortably, and we're going to try and put another one through the turret ring if we can, which we do. You know, that's like I say, always a weak spot on the Conqueror there. You can always just pen straight through the turret ring, as well as a gun mantlet as well if you've got enough penetration. Hopefully tanks on the right hand side of this hill can't overpoke on me now. They never really should be allowed to do it without taking punishment, because we do have tanks there. But that's obviously not going to stop them doing it. So really great start to this game. You know, 2,000 damage. I can see, you know, I'll swap to that small mini map. That is so I can be alert on some if tanks are trying to overpoke me on the right hand side. And we can see if we can squeeze a shot into this, you know, concept B there. But you can see I'm being careful not to overextend for shots, because I don't want to get shot by any snipers on the 1-2 line. Because it's a very close game at the moment, 10 versus 11. We do have the slight advantage. But yeah, it's definitely not won at this stage. So decent start to the game. I'd like to land another one onto this, you know, heavy tank here. Could potentially one-shot him. He is a potential one-shot if we roll average, or he doesn't run any damage reductions. We should be able to kill him in one shot. Looking to try and squeeze that one in. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the shot, so I do have to overextend, but it's worth it to put in and take out that tank out the game. We do eat another shot there. Putting this on to, you know, just shy of 800 hit points now, and it is an 8 versus 8, so very close all the way to the end at this stage. Going to try and snipe the cupola of the tortoise there, putting this on to 3,300 damage, and yeah, so far, you know, so good. You know, we are seeming to be winning this sort of fight now, and it's getting to sort of, you know, end of sort of the fight where it gets a lot easier. There's less targets trying to shoot you while you're poking for these shots. Land another one, putting us under 4,000 damage into that Dragon there, who is a one-shot, so we're going to see if we can squeeze him off, but I've got to be careful of that tortoise again, as you say. Was a fantastic DPM, but I don't really want to eat a shot of him because I'm quite low hit points. I might need to keep those hit points, but I'm going to try and snipe the cupola there, which I do, putting him on to, you know, a 2-shot to us now. I'm just waiting for this reload to come in. It looks like the tortoise does get shut down though. I'm sorry, I'm not platooned with Panda. I got a little bit confused there. I apologise. I'm platooned with VK Jokers. So yeah, another good friend and a good guy. But I'm now going to turn back and go for our base, because it looks, I don't want to get capped out. I have no idea how many hit points our tank destroyer is on the, you know, going to defend the base, so I need to get back that way. We do put a shot into the ISM, which was coming around, you know, the heavy tank coming around behind us. He should get shut down. I don't really want to get double tapped by him though, so I have to be a little bit careful. Just going to see if I can squeeze another one in before we get back. It looks like our tank destroyer has got the reset, which is good. We're going to need to finish off the poor tier 7 here, and we do in fact do that, picking up 3 kills, but it was under 5,000 damage. and 3 tanks remaining, one of which is in the cap. Again, I'm kind of hoping the guy in the cap is fairly healthy, if I'm honest, because I want to try and get a little bit more damage out of this game. But yeah, at this stage I can't quite see the tank to see how many hit points he has. But then I realise he's a one-shot, not much point me going back there. He's going to probably lose to our tanks over there. So I'm going to try and find the Barras here, which is also a one-shot to us. Barras could potentially kill me with both of his shots, but we do only have to hit him once, and obviously if he bounces one shot, then he's not going to be able to kill us. I suspect he's just going to run away at this stage, is what I was kind of thinking, but he doesn't. And then, unfortunately, the crucial shot, as it's always the way, derps, and yeah, it just doesn't go where we wanted. It's not ideal because I don't want this Barras to get round us and double tap us here. He's going to put one in, but he bounces one shot. That means he can't kill us, and we're able to finish him off, bringing us a game to an end with 4 kills and 5,000 damage. So we had a decent game, but we was top tier, so we didn't get as much basic XP as we'd hope. But yeah, just shy of 2,000. We get a first class and the brother in arms and the high caliber, but we don't manage to pick up the ace on replay number 1. But with one more replay to come, let's see if we get on the second time. So let's move on to replay number 2. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2. This time we are on Serene Coast, and it is the encounter battle. It's tier 10 matchmaking, so yeah, we are middle tier this time, and there's no enemy fun police, which is good. So I've decided I'm going to go and try and play the ridge on the right hand side initially, and see what happens if we can get in a fight over there. You know, because I don't have to worry about the artillery, it does give me more freedom to do this. If the enemy team had fun policing, it could be a bit awkward playing this ridge because the artillery just has easy shots at you and makes your life difficult because you've got to contend with the tanks which have pushed up here and the tanks in the back which can snipe you while you're on the ridge. But looking like we're going to have a fight on our hands here because there's quite a few of the enemy tanks who have also pushed this side. So we're going to need to be careful. We're definitely going to get in a fight. I'd love to get one shot in on the targets sort of coming in for us initially, just to try and lower them down. We do in fact do that there and manage to get a shot into that medium, but we've got to be careful of poking up on that ridge because of the type of tank we have. You know, we've got quite a long turret, so you know, targets can get shots in, and we, you know, although we do have 8 degrees of gun depression, which can mean we can relatively play these ridge lines. It's like, it's not horrendous to play them. Obviously, when you're fighting targets with the 10 degrees, it does make your life a little bit harder. So we do squeeze a shot into that medium, and a good start to this game, picking up 2 shots. But you can see I'm being very careful about over peaking because you can quickly lose a lot of hit points by doing that. Remember when the TDs are on the left hand side who can also shoot us. But right now when the enemy team are poking up to get these shots in, they're presenting themselves shots for me. So I don't really feel like I need to do much different at this stage. You know, I feel like I'm doing alright. I've got 3 shots in. We're slowly sort of whittling away the tanks. I'd love to try and finish off that Arnie there, who is a one shot. Because on a ridge line, that Arnie, you know, it does have 10 degrees and it's a decent turret as well, so can become, you know, a bit of a nuisance. So we're winning this game, 2 tanks up, and we have fairly good map positions. If you look, we've taken a lot of tanks down the other side, and we're pretty evenly split as well, which is good. You know, it's always nice when you don't have all your tanks one side. You know, we've got a fairly even split, which gives us a little bit of map control and gives us a little bit of options. Just going to try and spot, see if there's anything in the back, see if we can get any shots in. This enemy medium tank is going to poke. He's hopefully going to just be able to squeeze in a shot there, which we do, putting them onto a one shot and putting us onto 2,000 damage. There is still quite a few tanks in front of us, but 2 of them who are now one shot. Unfortunately, that medium tried to escape, and yeah, it didn't end too well for him. And now I believe 2 enemy F3005s have poked up this side, and that is awkward because obviously, yeah, they can delete me. So I've got to be very, very, very careful with this. You know, we are winning, but I don't want to throw the game away by one of these tank destroyers here. Do squeeze one in. Unfortunately, squeezes a shot back. He doesn't pen us though. I'm guessing he was firing either HE or the you know, the Hesh rounds. And you know, now I'm going to try and squeeze another one in. I know this one's on the well, I suspect that one was on a reload, So we put a second shot in there, putting us on to 300 damage. Now, I probably could swap to the HE rounds actually here, because the Arnie's a one shot, and I can pen the FE1005 with the HE. So maybe I should have been doing that, but I haven't. I do manage to finish one off though, putting us on to our first kill of the game. And now I'm just backing down to that FE1005, who looks like he's going to try and squeeze a shot into us. As he turns back, I thought, oh, can I sneak one in? But I've got to be very, very careful here. I am a one shot to him. You know, if he pens with us with the Hesh rounds in the lower plate, which he could do, I would be a one shot, or with high rolls with those AP. I'm going to try and finish off this Arnie though, because I just want to get rid of this tank. I'm going to probably eat 2 shots on to do this though, which is not ideal, but we do at least just get rid of it, so that just gives us a bit more freedom. And now we are a definite one shot, even potentially splashable to this F3005, but likely I'd have to pen us to kill us. We get a nice shot into there, putting us on to 4,000 damage, and I'm hoping to get another one in. You see, I've kind of done quite well on this ridge line here, you know, to be honest with you. I've managed to get a lot of damage in. Squeeze another one into FE1005 before he gets finished off by our friendly E4. And yeah, that is bringing this game to a close, but I would like to just try and get, you know, there is that medium tank which is full health at this stage, but he's getting a lot of tanks pushing him. Can I try and land one shot into him would be nice, bring us to the 5,000 damage mark. So I'm going to just wait here for a second. I sensed I might have an opportunity, and I do get a shot in, bringing us to 5,000 damage, 2 kills and only 4 tanks remaining, one of which is this medium, who I'm heading that way, but let's be honest, I suspect he's going to get taken out before I get an opportunity to pull the trigger on this guy. And I'm just checking the hit points of the other tanks. Unfortunately, they're fairly low health here. You've only got that heavy tank left now and a tank destroyer, which I'm not too sure where it is. Heavy tank looks like it has a fair amount of hit points. Maybe I can land a shot in that tank. I don't think we're going to lose this game here. It'd be very unlikely if we did. The enemy team would have to have a really good game. So we're just going to head that way and try and get a bit of damage and hope for more than anything, I guess. But we're going to get a shot in. But you've got to do these things. You've got to keep going. Enemy tank destroyer does get taken out, and this enemy heavy tank now is a one shot. So can we get the kill here? Moving over, it looks like he's getting pushed by our tank destroyer. I think that is pretty much going to, you know, come down to it. But we did a good job in that ridge line. You know, like I say, 8 degrees of gun depression just makes it just doable to play the ridge lines when there's no artillery in the game. So how do we get on? Do we get the ace tanker? We get 2 kills, we get 5,000 damage, and we do pick up the ace tanker because it was a tier 10 matchmaking. And that's it for the video in the E75. So thank you so much for your amazing support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!